Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today, it's going to be a match between Stats and Serral from their grand final from Home Story Cup. Here on Submarine, top left-hand corner, it is a blue Protoss player, Stats, and in the bottom right, we have Serral. Both former world champions here in the grand finals. What more do you want from a ZVP? Alright, so probe scouting, as all Protoss do at this level. And I'm gonna... yes, he's gonna go ahead and block the hatch, because Submarine is a small map. And Serral knows that. So let's see where he's gonna take his second base. Hanging left. And he's gonna take it on the low ground. That's not what hatcheries sound like. Come on, Falcon Paladin, get your head in the game. Alright, so hit that like button if you're excited for Stats versus Serral. If you have requests for games from Home Story Cup, let me know in the comments, and I will try to fulfill all of those requests. No promises, but I will try. 16, 18, 17 here from Serral. Overlord scouting. And what looks like a 1-gate expand here from Stats. So, very, very standard openings here. Alright, so 1 gateway expand. Kind of excited to play the Diablo 2 Resurrected when it comes out. I'm planning on streaming it here on YouTube. Actually, here on this channel for y'all. Actually, hold up. Crap. I've decided what channel to put that on. Maybe on the Brood War channel. It's a little bit of an older game, and maybe will be more interesting to the older players that watch me. I don't know. Are any of you guys interested in the Diablo 2 Resurrected? Let me know in the comments if you are. We can talk about it. Anyway, nothing crazy, man. Everyone's doing all the things that we expect them to do. We're drone transferring down to the natural base. I assume we'll get a third base up here from Serral sooner rather than later. Maybe around the next 10 to 20 seconds. Because I don't see a Roach Warren, I don't see a quick lair, I don't see anything like that in the future here from Serral at all. He's got speed and he pulled workers entirely off gas. So that indicates to me that we're not going in for anything aggressive. This is definitely a macro style play. Wants as many drones as possible to try to keep up with the chrono boost ability of the Protoss on the other side here. So there's an Adept out, but has to deal with this pesky Zergling that comes in and sees the Stargate opening. It's a good scout. I mean, every scout is a good scout. It's not like there's anything insane about this. Protoss has been opening Stargate for years and years now. But yeah, Serral taking his natural, and 1 worker back on gas. Creep spreading out a little bit. He'd love to connect all 3 of his bases with Creep as soon as possible, because there are Adepts moving out, and there's an Oracle on the way. Well, maybe it'd be a Void Ray, but it doesn't seem to be one here yet. So, Oracle's name. Now, apologies if I've done this one before. It's just we went so long without any Oracles that kind of lost track of where we were in the list. So to avoid skipping any names, I kind of redid at least 1 or 2 of them, I believe, on retrospect. This one, I'm fairly sure I haven't done on a cast yet. This is 1440p, which is unfortunately out of date now because I'm casting in 4K. But Falcon Paladin's newest friend reveals cloaked units as well as crystal clear graphics. Yes, crystal clearer graphics now that we have the 4K rolling, which, again, if you appreciate, let me know. Third base timing here, Zergling says, okay, it's not up, but we're preparing for it. The Adepts are here, obviously. Oracle swings around. Does get a Revelation tossed down, but there's 2 Queens down here at the main base, so that's not going to happen. Sorry, Oracle. Get on out. Get on out of here, indeed. Throwing up spores now, a little bit late, but the Queen count seems to be enough that maybe it doesn't really matter at this stage. I don't know, but a second Oracle is coming, so you definitely want a spore or at least 3 Queens here. Oh, this looks bad. 2 Queens is good, but not enough to dissuade the Oracles from coming in and doing their terrible work. 3 drones sniped beautifully, beautifully done here by Stats. 2 Oracles showing up means you can't skimp on spores, and Serral is tossing them down now. Roach Warren on the way. On the other side, a Twilight Council is just now warping in. We're going to get, I don't know, Blink or, a Dark Shrine? Okay, either we're going, we're going DTs or we're going Archons here. You can combine 2 Dark Templar to make an Archon. Either way, just kind of leaves stats with the ability, right? So it's not an adept all in here or anything. These are regular attack adepts. They don't have the resonating glaives, but it's just enough to keep Serral on his toes here. Does he have any roaches? Wow, he's got a roach warren, but he didn't make any roaches yet. Oh, that's interesting. So he's making, 10 more sets of Zerglings. That's 20 more Zerglings. The queens are in here doing some work too. Nice target firing on those drones by the adepts. 4 more drones go down for a total of 7. Which seems like, it's not a ton, but, it hurts. Oh, Oracle dead. Oracle dead. Almost Oracle dead. Very close. Slow Overlord comes in and sees a forge on the way. Does not actually get the Dark Shrine. What do we think? We going for DTs or what here? Seems moderately possible. Lings sharking around. Got ourselves an infestation pit on the way and a couple roaches in production for the Zerg. And Serral's 4th base is getting started along the right side too. So, I don't know. I'm not sure what these Lings are expecting to do up here. I guess maybe if the army was pushing out and there wasn't much left home to defend, that'd be a good thing. But stats are just kind of turtling up here on 3 bases. Is he going Robotics Bay and Robotics Facility? All right, this double Oracle stuff. Man, 1440p, the Oracle is having a pretty good day. I think that's 4 kills. Pretty sure that's a 4-kill Oracle, the first one that came out, if I had to remember correctly. If I had to tell them apart, which is not easy to do. But it's kind of picking at the edges here. Zerglings running in, not really accomplishing much. That's okay. That's just fine. Hydralisk Den coming in here from Serral, which does get scouted by the hallucinated Phoenix. Ooh, I was going to say, oh, no Lings got in, just an Overseer. That makes more sense. It's hard to keep an Overseer out of your base, at least compared to a bunch of Zerglings. Zerglings you can keep out of your base with a wall. Overseers are not bound by your walls, obviously. Templar Archives, okay, so we're not sky tossing here. Which, I don't know, maybe that's a good thing for Serral. Stats to sky toss looks incredibly good. If you watch the Rogue versus Stats game from just a couple days ago now, or maybe last week, somewhere around there. Time is a flat circle at this point. We seriously getting kills? Dude, these oracles, though. Too much. Too many kills. 13 drones killed is a ginormous number. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Disruptors coming in. Warp Prism there, too, taking a 4th base along the left side. Serral's got a Roach Ravager Ling army here that's going to be a pretty good answer to this whole Stalker Sentry thing. I don't think that's going to be a problem for Serral to handle. And yeah, Stats recognizes, yeah, that's not good. See, but by keeping your Oracles alive, you can help pick off Ravagers. You can reveal Creep Tumors. Oh, the Oracles being alive is so good. Ooh, that's a cancel on this base, though. Nice job by Serral sneaking around. Left side base tried to get warped in with no defense at all. That was not the greatest experience of its life. The Lings are not quite sure where to go. Just a whole bunch of them die as they're trying to escape. Going for a Seismic Spines. We're going for some Lurker play here, which I am a fan of. I like these Lurkers for sure. Zerglings, jump. Yup. And there you go. Oh, actually killing that Nexus. That one was not a cancel. All these Lings die and atone for their sins, but got a big old Zealot warp in, but we got some Roaches and Hydras, and they're slow Zealots anyway, so whatever. Can you abduct that? Oh, the Hydra took off the Warp Prism. Nicely done, but 5 more drones go down during all of this aggression. I mean, honestly, 2 probes killed to 18 is a massive, massive play here. Huge advantage for Stats. It's huge. But I love the Viper play. I love the Lurker play. Adaptive Talon's coming in here too. I really love what Serral's got set up at 187 supply to 156 for Stats. Now, you want that kind of advantage with your Roach Ravager because they are pretty darn supply heavy for what they are. So it makes a lot of sense. Meanwhile, okay, got a Lurker Roach army coming up. I assume a couple Warp Gates are going to die, if nothing else. Ooh, abducting High Templar into this ball of death. Abducting. Ooh, Disruptors, though, getting some big-time hits. Oh, Lurker down. Several Roaches die, too. Ow. Okay, that hurt. That one hurt immensely. Slow Zealots, really... I don't know if stats forgot about the speed for the Zealots or what, but okay, we're definitely transitioning into that Sky Toss. Like, that's the thing about stats and Protoss in general right now, is they have the ability to get up a pretty decently scary ground army that Zerg's not super happy about engaging a lot of the time, and then suddenly bust out 6 carriers while the Zerg is stuck on Hydras and Vipers and stuff, and they're not happy. I still can't believe these Zealots don't have speed. Stats must have forgotten speed, and he's just not interested in going for it either. Lurker Spines with that Seismic Spines upgrade are so far. They are so far. Ooh, saving that Lurker, who's stuck, actually. Can't get up this ramp because of the force field. It'll wear off eventually. No, you're dead. No escape for you. Stats is paying way too close attention. Slow Zealot. Okay, this is, I mean, Stats has to know he doesn't have speed. He doesn't have charge for the Zealots yet, right? Is he just, is this him styling? Is he styling on Serral? That'd be insane for him to do that. Oh, but the Blink Stalkers actually doing pretty well against these Roaches and Ravagers. Zealots, slow Zealots, 3 carriers at a time are in production. Serral's going for them Hydras. I don't think he knows about the carrier switch. Okay, so they saved this top right-hand base, which is nice, but it only has 200 HP. And this base is not saved at all. The 6 o'clock, which is still under construction, does get wiped out. Spire on the way. So I think he has an inkling of what's happening, or at least maybe it's just a safety Spire at this stage. Because, yeah, Stats is going... Oh, he scouted it. Overseer saw what's coming. Good scout, man. That might give him the time to get up the Corruptors that he needs for this. Because if you just try to go Hydra Lurker against, you know, a 6-9 carrier army, you're going to have a bad time. He's trying to get as much value as he can with his Hydras and his Lurkers in the time being, which I really appreciate. I'm going to take down a couple Warp Gates here, which, again, not a huge deal, considering Stats is going into that Sky Toss play. I mean, having Warp Gates and the ability to warp in big and reinforcements after a battle is really nice. To be fair, he's still making Zealots. I cannot believe he's not working on charge. He's just slow Zealoting his way into Warp-ins. He does deny Ground Carapace level 1, which I don't think was an upgrade that Serral needed necessarily. God, look at this thing go. The Vipers are chasing hard, but the Warp Prism's just fast with that speed upgrade. And the one right there. Warp Prism speed. It's a Gravitic Drive or Gravitic Boost or... Too close. Too close in similarity to names. Second Spire on the way in addition to the first one. Resources lost here. Serral at 8,700. Stats at 6,800. The Storm's just really keeping Serral at bay here. Top right-hand base coming up again. Oh, that got sniped by something. And the 6 o'clock's going to die to, again, Zealot. Oh my gosh, charge is on the way. Oh, thank goodness. Every Protoss player who's been watching this is like, come on. Get charged. Stats, what's wrong with you? That's one of those things where it's like, you can't tell professional players what to do. They're way better at this game than you are. And yes, it's true, but if they're doing a million things at once, they can forget stuff that you can see when you're watching when you're not actually trying to keep track of a million things at once. So yeah, you can definitely point out mistakes that professionals are making. It's not a huge deal. I mean, you might not always be right, but I think in this case, if you were saying, please get charged for all of the Zealots you keep making, you were probably correct about that. I can't honestly think of a reason why he doesn't delay that at all. It's not super expensive. He's had enough gas to do it for the last, 10 minutes. He just chose not to for whatever reason. Greater Spire on one of the Spires. Bunch of Spores coming in, making more Lurkers. You know, it might not be bad as Microbial Shroud. Like, I know the pros hate it, but I cast a Midrange Madness game about 2 weeks ago where a Zerg player went Microbial Shroud, and man, it actually helped a lot against carriers. Like, insanely good against carriers. And maybe that's the thing. You have Storm, you have Disruptors. You can't just sit there with the Hydras and attack the carriers on their own with your Microbial Shroud, right? You're taking Disruptor hits, you're taking Storms. So that's why Stats isn't going Mass Carrier, because that will die. He's mixing in other stuff to make sure the ground army is not strong enough to handle those. It's basically forcing Corruptors here. It's just, with the Storm, with the Disruptor, there's just no way you can ground army this thing, even under the best of scenarios. Purification Novas! Taking, I think, one of the Lurkers there. Flyer attacks level 1 on the way. 8 Corruptors in production. Serral looking good. He'd love to have the 6 o'clock, but the 12 o'clock is not a bad consolation prize. Stats is expanding to the bottom left here too. And this is classic Stats. He's just sharking around, right? He's just trying to see what's going on up here. Clearing creep, you know, poking around with his stalkers. Trying to see how defended each individual base is here, and maybe the spores aren't ready yet. Decent hits. Corruptors are trying to dodge storms before they even come down. Oh, storms are good. Storm is such a good unit. Observer snipe. Yeah, that spore crawler is a happy spore crawler. Serral trying to send a few hiders down here. Nope, not enough. There are cannons and shield batteries abducting the disruptors in. Nice, good storm. The counterattack, though. There are more disruptors than the ones that you killed, says Stats. Corruptors are trying to come on in here. We do have a parasitic bomb on top of these carriers, which isn't necessarily what you want. Oh, but yeah, he's doing the trick where you bring the Corruptors in with the parasitic bomb. But no, it's not enough, and Stats is your winner in 16 minutes. It's just, there's these carrier timings that Stats can hit that Zergs are just not ready for. I can't, are we still? Wow, Stats sat in that game for a while. Somebody's still in because the music is running. Rainer, oh, Rainer was doing some casting. I forgot. Rainer was casting a little bit. Rotterdam's in there forever. Come on, guys. Anyway, what he's trying to do, it's a trick. Where did I first see that? Maybe from Lambo. Interestingly enough. But you do a parasitic bomb on the carriers, and then you bring your Corruptors inside that parasitic bomb because they don't take damage from parasitic bomb. But the interceptors that are trying to kill the carriers, they are taking damage from that parasitic bomb. And so they're dying because they're squishy. So look at this. 70 interceptors died. There were still 73, though. I mean, actually, if we back this up, I'd like to see where we are when the game is over. Yeah, I mean, we just... 48. So, yeah, I mean, still had a whole bunch. It was a gamble. It didn't really work. 19 Corruptors died. Let's take a look at resources lost here, too. So it's 11 to 8,000. So it's 8,500. So it's about 2,500 more resources lost for Serral before this whole thing goes down. And let's see what it is at the end. It was 2.5 before this happens. Great storms. That's just it. The hiders are not a viable answer here, and it's mostly because of the storms. It's not because of the carriers necessarily. It is a large part of the carriers. They're really good against hiders, but the disruptors and the storms are mean. I mean, it's great abducts, but there are additional disruptors here. There's just more and more storm happening. There's not enough spores to make this thing work either, and then he goes for it. Parasitic bomb. Corruptors on top of everything. Storm still taking down hydras left and right here. And then just stalkers doing bonus damage to armored, and Serral taps out. It's oh jeez. It is 9,000. It's 9,000 more resources lost after that battle. That's what we're looking at. Phew. So it's these timing Zergs have to figure it out. I don't think this is necessarily a situation of... Right, this isn't a situation where it's just impossible to beat. It's just Zergs need to figure it out. That's what I'm going to say. So maybe in GSL, we will see some Korean Zergs figure this out. But man, Stats is looking good in ZVP. Just, you know, sharking around, killing expansions, picking off several drones in the early stages of the game, warping in slow zealots. Canceling Carapace level 1, you know, as you do, and just showed up here when you weren't quite ready for it, and cha-chow, that's what happens. Man, these carriers having a good time, actually. Having a good time, yeah, so 3 kills, 7 kills, 7 kills, 4 kills, 5 kills, not bad. Not doing incredible things here, but also, you know, pulling their weight, I would say. So, all right, that right there is gonna be it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Twitter, and what's the other one? Patreon, patreon.com, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching. You take care of yourself.